This is the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN, the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
Monte Mohr here with Realty One Group Music City.
Hey, and Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team, and welcome back. It's Sunday evening.
Welcome back, Carey Ann.
Good to see you.
And we have Mr. Jason Hoover with us again tonight.
We do.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you, Jason. Man, we had such great results the last time you were on. I thought, we're going to do something out of the normal here and ask you to come back.
Well, I appreciate it. I thoroughly enjoyed it last time, so thank you again for having me.
We had over 1,000 views on our podcast, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
You're
a celebrity.
That was very odd.
No, anyhow, we appreciate
That is not
that.
odd. That's a great thing.
So before we get into real estate, though, guys, I want to talk about... We got Mr. Jim McCarthy here with us.
Hi, how are you?
Jim.
I have a microphone now.
So Jim's my witness.
Yes.
I'm going to ask this question to Carey Ann live. So we didn't talk about this before, as you can attest.
Okay.
But you're going to be blown away as much as I am. Watch this, how blown away you are.
Oh.
Carey Ann, how many Christmas trees are at your house?
Yes. They're not all up yet, but right now I'm on 12.
12.
Yes.
But when they're all up, how many do you have?
There's a lot.
How many more do you have
I'm
to
not
go?
going to tell the real number because I think this will be so fun to do guess the number of Christmas trees in my house type of thing. It'll be great.
Contest.
But we are on. Yes, there was a lot of work going into all of that.
Can't imagine.
When
So
did
let me
you
tell you. So Friday, a week ago or so.
Right.
Yeah.
3 months ago.
Yeah. So let me tell you. So I have this beautiful vaulted living room. And so I asked the previous owners, how tall their tree was. And they said it was a 15-foot tree. And I was like, well, I need a 15-foot tree. So I went on and I got this tree or whatever. Never did I imagine that it comes in like 25 pieces and it's like so much dramatic. There's like multiple gloves you have to wear to fluff and fluff and fluff. So, but I love everything about Christmas. I turn the Christmas music on loud and it's great. So get the tree up. Clearly I need some assistance with that. So the tree is now up. We go plug it in and not even kidding you, only two things of lights pop on. And I was like, it's holly jolly Christmas. I'm like, I'm already challenged already, but so there goes the Home Depot, and here's what I figured out. You find the Home Depot that is hidden, which there's one on 96. It's hidden way in the back corner. No one really knows about it. So it's always stocked with anything that you need. So I went ahead and got there bright and early. I was like, Home Depot clearly opens at 7, right? Not so much. 8 o'clock. So I sat there and waited for it to open, and I bought 2,500 lights.
2,500 lights. Little Griswold Christmas going on over here.
Glorious. It's glorious. And then, so yes, it was great. So there was a couple other missing lights on some of the other trees, and I just kind of jimmied them up. But it's amazing. I love everything about it.
Last I heard, there were 14, just for the record. Okay.
I mean, does that qualify for a forest?
Well, my daughter, I was outside fluffing the smaller trees. Keep in mind, they're all in different sizes, right? So you have maybe, the 3-foot tree and the 6-foot tree and up to 15 feet tree, right? And they're all fake.
15 feet is a big stinking tree.
Yes, and
That's
a Paul Bunyan-sized tree.
It is, and it's beautiful. And I have to bring somebody in to help me decorate it because it is too overwhelming for me because I can only get up to 5 feet.
I saw you on Facebook on a ladder.
I was, because here's the deal. Let me tell you how this works. It's interesting. So the designer will come decorate the tree, but they will not put the tree up, nor will they fluff the tree, nor will they put the lights on the tree. All the people that I've called. So I had to get on a ladder and fluff, and I was on my tippy toes until I couldn't get all the way to the top. So we started throwing the lights at the top of the tree. It was really kind of funny, but it's up and it's so pretty. So we've got a few more trees going, but I can't wait for y'all to see them.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I mean,
love it.
Can you imagine if you got home tonight and your wife decides, you know what, I want 13 more trees or something? I mean, I don't know how many you have in your house.
We have
Mason, but-
3.
Oh, you have 3. Well,
We have 3.
Yeah.
We have the main one, and then each kid has their own.
See, I love that. So I grew up with the memory of having so many trees. So one tree upstairs in the bonus room, everybody send me their Christmas cards because I made a Christmas card tree. So anytime anybody sends me a card, Aubrey and I are gonna tie it on the tree in the bonus room upstairs. I think it's gonna be great. So I get to see everybody's faces sometime.
Oh man, I got to keep you away from Connie. I don't want her having that kind of, because she wanted more trees, and I said, bah humbug, it's too much. That's too much.
Oh, yeah, it does. I mean, it does take a while. It's funny. I was looking at some previous pictures because you to hire a designer, it does cost a little bit of money. So I'm like, I can figure this out. I just want to watch her do it once, and it's like play by numbers or draw by numbers, right? Or paint by numbers, I guess that's what it is. So I look at the picture of what they did last year and I'm like, I can do this, right? And I did really good. Like the snowman goes here and the sleigh goes here and I put some greenery there, I follow. And then here comes the ribbon. I mean, Lord, these girls and guys, and they make these ribbons look so beautiful and these bows are gorgeous. And so I tried to do it. It was like, it was so bad. I was like, I had to go to YouTube and try to figure it out. But hey,
Thank
it's
God
great.
for YouTube.
Right?
You can learn anything on there. Hey, that's how I got through, my Thanksgiving dinner. It was glorious.
YouTube, how to cook a turkey.
Whatever it takes.
I bet your family still walk around in shock, aren't they?
It was so funny that
Thanksgiving dinner?
they were totally in shock. It was comical. I said, "This is a one and done. Don't think this is happening every year."
One and done.
Don't think it's happening every year. But yes, I love the holiday season. I was supposed to bring my antlers, my reindeer antlers today, but I miss those. But there's a lot of glitter. We talked about it last week.
Right.
Lots of glitter and shimmer, and everything's bedazzled. It's so fun. So, do you have a little girl, little boy?
I have one of each.
Oh, you do?
Yep. And so the secret behind the Christmas tree
Yes.
is that my wife is very passionate about her ornaments.
Yes.
And so she always goes and buys these ornaments every year, and that are on once they go on sale from
Yes.
Dillard's and everything like that. And she'll probably kill me for saying this, but so
We won't tell her.
yeah. Keep this a secret just between us.
Right.
Is that she loves them, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. So because of that, we needed a place to put the kids' ornaments. And so that's when it struck us like, oh, well, let's get another Christmas tree.
Oh, see, yeah.
But, and I'll have to say, I mean, I'm making that sound bad. It really isn't. It really was something special. So we made a deal with our kids that if you read through the Bible in that year, then we'll buy you your first Christmas tree.
Wow, what
and so
great.
that's kind of the tradition that we have started. And my son just finished it this year.
Oh.
And so he had his very first tree. Now, Cohen, my son, he doesn't splurge.
Okay.
And so they went out shopping for his Christmas tree, and there was this little 4-foot one.
Yeah.
And so he picked that one, and Mindy was like, don't you want the bigger one? The 6-foot one?
Yeah.
He was like, no, that's okay. That one's good. So he's got this little bitty Christmas tree in his room.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, it is a little small. So
Yeah.
looks like we may be getting another
An
one.
upgrade next year. I love it.
Do you need another tree?
I know. Hey, bring it on. I'll find a place for it. I love it. So we have Aubrey's Christmas tree, and it's got the colored lights, and we do the construction paper, and we make the garland and do all that. And so we watched the Polar Express
Yes.
a week or so ago, I think. And so a lot of the ornaments are old ornaments from when I grew up and things and stuff from hers. But there's some bells on it, and she's like, "Mommy, do you hear the bells? Only the people who believe hear the bells. I hear these bells. I believe." And it was so sweet. I was like, again, just remembering and reminding us about the meaning of Christmas. So
That's one of
she
the
does
great
believe.
things about
Yes.
being a parent is for the longest time we made Sydney believe that we could not hear the bell. Because we even had, when that movie came out, we had that one ordered.
Yeah.
And she would ring it and we're like, I don't hear it. Do you hear it, Mom? And for the longest time she thought the bell worked because Mom and Dad could not hear it.
Yeah. Oh, that is so good. We'll have to talk about the elf and how I went to 6
On the shelf?
stores and they were all sold out, and how the elf has made it to first grade, and how does my teacher have an elf, and why has the elf not come to my home? and we had some tears this past week about that. So I have been on the search for Mr. Elf because I had a Mr. Elf, but now it's lost in one of a box that I can't find.
Jason, we should invent something like that, you know?
I think it's in the
would
tree.
have been great.
It's in the tree?
Yeah, it may still be in the
it's
tree.
lost
You're
in the
right.
tree.
I need to go look for sure. Oh, well, we're going to
That is
have
awesome.
a lot of fun tonight. We have Jason Hoover in the studio with us. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to talk more about all this great stuff with the holidays here. You've been listening to the Talk of Music City Real Estate.
Hi, my name is Monte Mohr. I'm the broker-owner of Realty One Group Music City. I've been an active real estate broker for over 35 years now, personally selling thousands of homes. That's why I recently opened Tennessee's first Realty One Group office. As a real estate professional, would you like having it all? Cutting-edge technology, full support, world-class training, same-day commission deposits, all for free? How about strong collaborative culture, national brand recognition, new high exposure, easy access office, and a non-competing broker committed to your success 7 days a week? Now let's top that off with all experienced agents receiving 100% of their commission from day one. I know, where's the catch, right? There is no catch. Call us today and schedule a confidential meeting and learn why Realty One Group is the fastest growing real estate franchise in the nation. Call 636-8244. That's 615-636-8244. Or go to topagentsuccess.com. That's topagentsuccess.com. Super Talk 99.7 W10, the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
Monte Mohr here with Realty One Group Music City.
Hey, and Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team.
Carey Ann, I forgot to remind everybody, we look forward to getting those questions from you, and please send those questions to questions@talkmusiccity.com or hashtag TalkMusicCity.
Yes, and this show is also a podcast, so you can listen at your leisure. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Music, and others. You can also watch us on YouTube or our favorite Facebook. Simply search The Talk of Music City.
I'm thinking that we need to get Mr. Jim McCarthy, who does our podcast, into your home and do like a grand tour of the trees.
Oh, that would be fun.
That
would be fun, yes.
With a
yes.
voiceover.
With the voiceover.
My sister's trees are so much, they're a lot more fun because they're actually themed. You know, Titan's tree, a Cardinal's
Oh, very
tree.
neat.
They're all themed, right?
How many does she have?
She has a Dolly Parton suite, which has got a tree with all the guitars on it. So, you know, I just try to keep up with her, you know.
That's way too
So I
complicated.
live in a lodgy rustic, so a lot of my stuff are a lot of just antlers and pine cones and, you know, just that rustic looking ornaments.
She has
and
an
things.
antler chandelier.
Yeah.
For real. It's like 4 feet across.
Oh,
or
nice.
something like that.
Yeah, that's it. You know how they say you got me at hello? I was like, they got me at the antler chandelier. They got me at the antler chandelier. Yeah,
Holy cow.
it's glorious. So, but it's funny because now Aubrey's like, there's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Bliss, and now it works because everyone is named on the wall. So
They have all those
Wow.
deer heads as well.
yeah, it's fun.
How long does it take you to set up as many trees as you do?
Well, I don't know if I told you last year, but the trick of it is the smaller trees, Jason, you're going to like this. Maybe your wife will take this trick if you have the space.
Mm-hmm.
So we only have 2 cars for 3-car garage. So I do take part of the car garage and host all my Christmas in there. So depending on the size, I take that tree already decorated and I saran wrap that tree and then I put that tree away.
Wow.
So then you put it out, you cut the saran wrap, you fluff, and then you cross your fingers and hope that it plugs in and the lights down. So there you go.
Wow.
Done and done. So that
Taking
saves
notes, Jason?
Yes.
that saves a lot of time because it is, you know, when you try
Oh, I
to set
can't
up a
imagine.
tree, you know, and then
I'm ready to do one like that.
you can't do that on the 15-foot. But I watched on Shark Tank. I love that show because I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I want to be on Shark Tank before I die. I'm not sure what I'm going to sell yet.
So
but-
you're wrapping.
yeah, but let me tell you, this guy came up with an idea with Christmas trees. They're flat trees, so it's for folks that want to have Christmas, but it's too much trouble. So they're already decorated. So it's a base of green with decorations, and it's flat, and it rolls, and they clip together, and it looks just like a tree. And then you just
Wow.
unclip it, and it's flat, and it stores. I was like, why did I not come up with that idea? So good, so good. I love that show. It's so fun.
So we're all hanging in suspense to find out, I guess, what happens with the elf on the shelf. You're going to let us know about that, right?
Yes. I
Well-
did. I find one this past week at Target.
Oh, okay.
But did you know Walmart was sold out? of elf on the. How does Walmart get sold out? You know?
Big thing.
So, but yes, it was a situation. So the thing about the elf is the school has an elf, first grade, and so they go around. Where was your elf? Where was your elf? And they get to Aubrey. Where was your elf? She's like, the elf didn't come to mine. No. I was like, this is not helping anything. Maybe
why would they put that kind of pressure on somebody?
I don't understand to the parents.
You know,
yes.
Where's your Lamborghini?
So then I was, what do you say? So she's been searching for days for the elf, you know, and so I'm hopeful in the next, well, tonight, what is it, Sunday night? Yeah, tomorrow she'll wake up and the elf will be there. Oh. Yeah.
It's precious.
Happy place.
But this is, the whole elf thing is a whole other, that's a side job. Yeah. Like you have to have.
You forget you're like 11 o'clock at night and you forgot to.
Oh, no.
But then
you're
it's
talking to a pro here, too.
Are you
I've
doing
had the
it?
elf on the shelf since it came out.
Oh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But so I was just the basic elf. There was no extra flair. There was no extra nothing. It was just Mr. Elf, right? Mm-hmm. That's how we call it. Now there's names and there's outfits and there's.
Memes.
Yeah, memes and the creativity.
There's not a family
and
of
now.
them?
No, and now it's in the flour or it's in the sugar and it's climbing the grapes. I don't know.
On
It
the
is
ceiling
crazy.
fan.
So yeah, it's all over the place. It's just insane. So the girls at the office decided we're starting, they called it Ernie. So you're going to follow the journeys of Ernie for earnest money. Exactly.
I like
this
it.
is, you know, they're in charge of marketing. I'm in charge of getting loans approved. So I have accepted whatever
Ernie.
they've come up with because it's the end of the year and we are going to do it. So look out for Ernie, the elf. So too funny.
Well, this is a real estate show here, guys.
Yeah, get back to it. Get back to it.
Real Carey Ann back in.
I know. I get so excited.
Boy, oh boy. But that's exciting. I'm glad to find out that Jason has more than one tree as well.
Yes. He's part of
And
the
an
club.
elf.
He's part of, and an elf. He's set.
And you may be going from 3 to 4. That's exciting. So Jason, honestly, you were such a great hit last time we had you on the air. You know, one of the reasons I wanted you to come back is because, you know, the real estate industry is so near and dear to my heart. And I truly believe for our safety in the industry, not safety, what's the word I'm looking for, our longevity in the industry, is we've got to make sure we're bringing value to the consumer, to Mr. and Mrs. Seller and buyer out there. And when you shared some of the things you shared last time about being servant-minded and about, you know, a professional versus just a regular agent, those kind of things, can you share some of those topics again, man? I think you hit on some really important parts.
You did.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it all goes back to, you know, people, as agents, we need to understand that we're entrepreneurs.
Right.
And, you know, that's one of the things that in some form or fashion, me and my family, we've been entrepreneurs. And so because of that, my heart sings to that spirit. Mm-hmm. And that's why I got into coaching, because I want to help people. Build the business. And I see many different things that cause agents to fail, which breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times they're sold this glam of real estate that, hey, you get your license, it's the easiest business to get into, and people are just going to flock to you.
Right.
You know, you only need to sell, 6 homes, to make a very good living.
Right.
And when they get into it, all of a sudden reality just slaps them in the face.
Right.
And it's tough. And so, whenever I'm coaching people we go back to that, are you interested in it or are you committed to it?
Sure, right.
And, you could even say you've got to be intentional over interested. Mm-hmm. And that's where it gets into the business of adding value. And I think this brings in the whole market shift, this whole revolution that's happening in our industry. Mm-hmm. We need to be more intentional with adding that value to our clients.
You're singing my song. Absolutely.
Yeah. And, it is going to weed out the weak, if you want to say that. I hate that, but it is.
But I'm seeing some really good people follow the wayside, and I think it's because they have unrealistic expectations.
They do.
And they're not mentored by somebody who sets them straight, like what you're talking about right now. Mm-hmm. Just those basic things, that mindset, that attitude, that intentionalism. Yeah, absolutely.
And one thing it starts with is a well thought out and executed plan. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the very first things that when I coach people is we sit down and build a plan.
Mm-hmm.
From start to finish?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. And to that account is I've looked at many different plans, and one of them that I really enjoyed how thorough it was the interactive business plan on, I think it's on your site. Mm-hmm. what is it? Top real estate or top success.
Top Agent Success Coach.
Top Agent
.com.
Success Coach. Yeah, and it's free, but I even went through it and I loved how detailed it was.
21 pages there. That's I appreciate you bringing that up. Sometimes I don't mention that often enough because it is a great tool.
Everybody should do it, whether you're here or wherever you're at. You should
TopAgentSuccessCoach.com.
Yes, and there's if you go like to the tools, the drop down, it doesn't cost a thing, but it can really change your business, especially going into 2020. If you take a look at that now, because it takes into account what you want to do in your business, and it's just like the analogy. It's just like if you want to go to Disneyland, yeah, it's great. You want to make 200, 300,000. Yeah, that's great. But if you don't know how to get there, you're going to be all over the place.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And more than likely, you're going to run out of gas or you're going to get lost. Right. And if you're not stopping and ask people for directions, there's no way you're going to make it to Disneyland. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's the same way with your business plan. If you don't know where you're going to head and how you're going to get there along the way, then how do you expect for it to actually come about?
No, you've got to, and as I shared on the huddle call yesterday morning, you've got to be a meaningful specific and not just a wandering generality.
Yes.
Zig Ziglar used to talk about there. What people don't understand is, and I don't think there's any way for them to quantify it, I guess, when I share this with them, but however hard you think it is, it's harder than that. There's a reason why 87% fall out every 18 months, right, roughly, in the industry. I bet it's probably similar to your industry, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a big believer that we're the CEOs of our own businesses, the small business, right? I think some people don't approach it. They just think they're working for somebody, but at the end of the day, you're self-employed, we're full commission, we're in it to win it 100%. I think there's three parts to any business, right? So there's I need to get the phones to ring. So what am I going to do there? That's that marketing piece. Right. I need to be very knowledgeable in my skill set, right? So I need to know the ins and outs of true real estate, and then I need to be a master at the experience, right? And so the customer service experience, from start to finish. I think if you can get those three things, now somebody can be really good at one, and then they fall off because they lack the other two. Somebody told me I could be really great at mortgages, but if nobody knows about it, and I'm not really good at the marketing piece. Yeah, I'm just going to be really good at mortgages just in my little square in my little box, right? And so that was a big shift in my business, kind of understanding that part, and really being a master at understanding the marketing piece. How do I get the phones to ring to help more families? And then how do I increase the experience level, raving fans.
And like with agents, that's where you need to leverage. You know what you're good at and know what you're not good at.
Sure, right?
And leverage what you're not good at. And to your point about the CEO, that's one of the hard discussions that we have to have with ourselves. And I pose this question to my coachees is, you have to think that you are the CEO and you are also the employee.
That's right.
Would you promote yourself, or would you fire yourself over your work ethic?
That's right. Everybody ought to wake up with that idea, with that thought process.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got to approach it that way because if you wake up and like, I don't want to work today. Well, would that work in a work environment?
I know.
Exactly.
I know. Hey, so we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to talk more about what it takes to be a successful real estate agent today. You've been listening to The Talk of Music City Real Estate.
Are you someone who is looking to gain wealth through real estate? My name is Carey Ann Cyr, and I'm with CMG Financial and my mortgage team. Whether you're looking to purchase your first home, a second home, or even an investment property, my team and we specialize in making the process of home ownership smooth as possible. With our vast variety of mortgage programs, our competitive interest rates, and our local support center, we have the ability to serve so many deserving families and help find just the right mortgage program to fit within your short and long-term financial goals. Mortgage loans is what we know, and approving them is what we do. We'd be honored to help you begin the process today. Check us out at yourtnlendingsolution.com. That's yourtnlendingsolution.com. Or give us a call, always a friendly voice, 615-456-4456. That's 456-4456. We look forward to helping you and beginning your mortgage application today.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN, the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
This is Monte Mohr, Realty One Group, Music City.
And Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team.
So good to have Mr. Jason Hoover here with us tonight.
It is.
Carey Ann, I love this guy. I mean, there's not a day since he's joined our company that I haven't said thank you, God, for bringing in such an incredible talent. I mean that sincerely, Jason.
I know you do, and I appreciate that.
I mean, seriously, you bring in another level of leadership that I'm just so grateful for. I just truly am. I can only be as good in our company as I surround myself with that level of talent. As Carey Ann knows, she's surrounded herself with some amazing people as well. But thank you so much for being part of this most passionately referred real estate company.
I love it.
Well, share some more about this. I was thinking when you were talking, I thought, man, I wish so much I had that kind of talent, that kind of coach when I was starting in the business. So much.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's. I think a lot of people don't understand the value until they actually dive into it. I hear that a lot of times. Oh, I don't need a coach. I know what to do.
Right.
Yeah. Well, sure. I mean, you know what to do, but are you going to do it?
Right.
And, a lot of people think they know what to do. Like literally, I've had people quit the business because they thought they were going to get foot traffic.
Oh.
They were going to get foot traffic.
Foot traffic.
It's not the car business.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
But yeah, so, just a couple of things, if you don't mind me sharing some of the things that I like for agents to understand and start working on is, one of the things that I see is they come in and they want to be the greater Nashville agent of choice.
Okay.
And so we have to shift that mindset. No, you need to be localized. And they're like, well, no, then I'm gonna narrow my business, my opportunities. But it actually works just the opposite. Is that when you try to go too broad, you don't have the resources yet in order to properly market yourself to everybody.
That's right.
So you got to be the local celebrity
Expert, right?
And you start small, and it's just like you've seen businesses. They expand too quick, and guess what? They implode.
Right.
And that's the same way with your business. Is that you got to start small, build a strong foundation, and then intentionally just grow and methodically outwards.
Right.
So that's one thing. Is start local, start where the area
your
best.
backyard.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I agree.
I see how this quote, big things have small beginnings.
There you go.
That's what I put all these quotes on my phone, but you got to be reminded that you got to start somewhere, and it does, getting that small, organized, well-oiled machine ready to rock and roll for the bigger things later on is important for sure.
And speaking of quotes, one quote that I heard a long time ago that is so true in our business is that it's simple, not easy.
Right.
Don't overcomplicate real estate, but it's not easy making it happen. That's why you've got to be committed. And one of the things that I teach is you've got to be mindful of your database. And you've heard this as much as I have, is the diamonds are in your database.
Right.
Fortune is in the follow-up.
Right.
All right. So just think of it. The diamonds are in that database. So you've got to be working every day. You're mining that database for those diamonds. So many times I hear people, their follow-up consists of 2 calls or two people that twice they reach out to somebody.
Right.
And they didn't never answer the phone. Well, you know what? Keep reaching out, but be mindful and be respectful of their time.
Right.
Don't harass them.
Right.
I'm totally
Bring
against
value
that.
when you're
Bring
calling,
value,
or a challenge, depending. Sometimes,
or challenge,
sometimes you need to do that. It's funny you say. I had a loan officer last week get all upset because a transaction he had or an application he had that needed some credit repair, et cetera, ended up with another local same name company. So he was not happy because that person went to another loan officer, different company. And I said, well, let's think about that. Let's take the energy down a notch and let's discuss it. He would have stayed with you if you followed up.
Right.
Like the basics, you can't just make the 2 phone calls and expect people to call you back directly, right? You need to continue to show the love, whether that's through email or text messages or phone calls, et cetera.
Or all the above.
Right. So you can't get so upset saying that was mine. Well, it's only yours if you work it to make them feel committed to want to work with you, personally. So that was something that happened just last week too.
Carey Ann, I'm going to piggyback on your word challenge there, okay?
Oh, yes.
I've got a challenge I'm going to throw out to the real estate community.
All
Since
right.
we're talking to the realtors today, it seems like. My challenge is this. One of the things that we have run into as, opening up a new company a little over a year ago, that's offering 100% commission to our agents that are experienced, is that, you get what you pay for, and you're probably compromising. You're probably in a back alley somewhere. You're probably not getting any support from the broker. You're probably, it's probably just not what you have now. So why take that chance?
Sure,
okay.
sure.
But this is my challenge to every realtor out there right now. Okay. My challenge is this: if we don't offer as much or more than you're currently getting in training, in tools, and technology, and support, and bottom line commission value, then I'll pay you $1,000. That's my challenge.
Wow.
$1,000. $1,000 just for sitting down for 45 minutes and looking at what we have. And if you can tell me, look me in the eye and tell me that what you've got now is better than that, greater than that, then I'll write you a check on the spot for $1,000.
Amazing. Now that's a challenge.
Jason, what do you think about that?
Well, that's confidence.
It's confidence.
That's confidence, yeah. Because one of the things is you have to see and understand the value. And if you're, just like you say, you hear, you get what you pay for, or if it looks too good to be true, it probably is.
Right, right.
But yeah, so I love that challenge because it says, hey, you know what? I'm ready to put the money where the mouth is.
It was another agent from another company who actually got the wheels rolling here because he was putting down the idea of our business model, and it's like, it wasn't intentional, it wasn't personal or anything, but it's like, okay, there's somebody who just doesn't know.
Sure.
So I challenge him as well. I mean, Jason, you can relate to this because you came into our office not a believer,
right?
You walked out saying,
"Oh yeah,
tell me what you." I mean, you said you walked in saying, "Why would I do this?"
Yep.
You walked out saying,
"Why wouldn't I do this?"
Why wouldn't I do this?
Yeah, and that's literally the what was in my mind, what I was thinking at the time.
And we see that paradigm shift every time we sit down with somebody. And the next question, of course, is, well, how does a broker survive?
Mm-hmm. And I asked that question. I asked, how do you make money?
Yeah, how do you make money? We just make a little tiny bit off of each transaction, just a little tiny bit off of each transaction.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But this is the direction of the industry, is what I believe. I personally believe that this is the direction that real estate is going.
Yeah. But when we're the CEOs of our own business, right?
Right.
I'm focused not so much, I hate to say not so much on you, but more on me as the CEO,
That's
right? So if you're going to provide me A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and let's go down the list, and I'm still making this, I can reinvest that back into myself to fill those buckets that we talked about, right? Which we were talking about leveraging, and maybe hiring more people to be able to assist us in all these different things, to be able to master the marketing and be able to master, the knowledge and the skill set, and then also the experience piece. So that's great.
Yeah, instead of the temptation is to put those extra dollars in their pocket as an agent when you suddenly find yourself in a 100% situation. But my challenge to everybody is, look, continue to keep yourself on the same split, or invest those dollars in your career, in your future, in your business. This is a business.
Right. Yeah. And when you think about it and you approach it as a business, it flourishes as one, and life is really good.
Absolutely.
So.
It does.
The message you're sending to the universe, the message you're sending to your neighbor when you're investing in your business, and you're becoming excellent at doing it, But I appreciate your thoughts on this topic, brother.
Yeah. I think it's fantastic. I only speak of things that I'm passionate about, and I'm only passionate about things that I believe in.
Right.
And that's why I love what you're offering here, because if it gives people an opportunity to come in and say, okay, well, let's, it sounds legitimate. Let me see about this, and they sit down, they actually get a chance to see what we're saying is true.
Right.
And what I saw was true.
And I think what's important for any agent to understand is, look, we're only looking for happy agents. If you're happy where you're at, that's cool. But everybody should have a plan B. Because what happens, people wait till they have to find another location before they go out and look, and that's not a good time. Anyhow, take the $1,000 challenge there, guys.
Yes.
Is it safe to say that you're the LifeLock of real estate here locally?
I don't think I'm that, but
remember that guy?
Yeah, I do. I pay you $1,000.
He drove around with his social security number on a billboard.
Oh, there you go. Well, take the challenge. That's great. When we come back, we'll tell you exactly where you can take that challenge, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
You've been listening to the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN, the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
Monte Mohr here with Realty One Group Music City.
And Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team.
And Jason Hoover with the Hoover team. So are you guys shocked that I'm willing to get that bold about what we're offering our agents, that I would throw out $1,000 challenge like that to the local real estate community?
I think it's fantastic. Now, saying, am I shocked? I mean, just knowing you, Monty, I'm not really shocked.
Well, but it does come from a confident heart, but it also comes from a desire to show folks that, look, if it's time for you to take the next step, you might want to consider sitting down and looking at what is offered here at 600A Fraser Drive in Franklin, right by Cool Springs Brewery and the Sperry's Restaurant. If you don't know where that's at, that's the place. Best way to go. Google Sperry's Restaurant. We're to the left in Cool Springs.
Now you can say you're behind Charles Schwab.
Oh,
Did
that's
you see
right.
that?
We're behind Charles Schwab.
Yeah,
Used to be TGI
that new
Friday.
I should have. It's a good spot there. Good place for that. Yes, Realty One Group, Music City, in Franklin.
If I might add just one more thing to that, going back to being the business owner, you should always be evaluating your business, and just as if you're in a brick and mortar or what have you, you're constantly evaluating your vendors and the sourcing and your products, your tools, everything, so that you can get the best value.
Right.
You need to be doing that with your own business.
Absolutely.
And this is just actually a major piece, but it is just one piece of your real estate business. Because you are not Realty One Group, you are your own business.
That's right. You're the Hoover team at Realty One Group.
Exactly.
It starts with the Hoover team.
It does.
Starts with who you guys are, what you stand for, what you know, your expertise, and how you're going to bring value to the consumer.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that's why I encourage people to always be looking, see where you fit best and what works best for your profit in your business.
Right.
And one thing I do want to make sure that people understand, and this was probably one of the most, beautiful things about the Music City office is that you don't sacrifice culture.
No.
I was very impressed with that because, I came from an office that it was like, if you're breathing and have a license, you're a number.
Oh, okay.
And so now it's, I've literally seen you say this may not be a good fit. Well, I haven't seen it, but,
No, we have to say that once in a while. It's not always a good fit.
Well, yeah, and you're just being honest.
Right.
That it's not a good fit. So you don't sacrifice the culture. And I think that's one of the richest pieces of this.
We've had to let a few folks, suggest they move on to somewhere else because I wasn't willing to shake that the core values, the culture that we have there, because it's like a family.
Right.
I'm not saying we get rid of our family members. We don't like them, but we don't hang out with them. We don't like them.
Yeah.
Life's too precious. I mean, you brought that out last time. Is it going to be a sacrifice for the environment? If it is, it's not worthwhile.
Right.
But
Nope.
it's.
I think if you follow with your core beliefs and everybody believes the same, amazing things can happen.
Absolutely.
As soon as one person in there doesn't, they believe 1, 2, 3, and 6, and they don't believe in 5, it's just not gonna, be the right fit. So finding that home that meets all of your true core beliefs is important.
So Jason, I saw you recently working on an idea, an added value to folks thinking about buying a home recently. Can you share that with the listeners? I really like this idea because I've seen folks maybe making a mistake or afraid to or something, new to the area, whatever. Let's talk about that.
Oh.
Yeah, I love this. It's something that's been on my mind because it actually started with a lady that we met at one of our big events that we're doing, and she was in a kind of conundrum that she was renting an apartment here, and she has family, and she's not from here, and she was like, I don't know where my job is going to be. I don't know if I need to go ahead and buy, or I may be here 1 year, I may be here 6 months, or I may be here 5 years. She didn't know. And it was from that, it kind of spurred some of these ideas. And one of the things that came about is, and I talked to you about, was, a love it or list it free model or program.
Right.
So we have so many people moving here, and so many people don't know the area. They may not be sure about the area that they're buying in. They've got a job. Like I'm working with one gentleman right now that he just moved here for a job and is renting a place. Well, just found out they're now going to move from East to West Nashville.
Okay.
So it's one of those things that I was like, well, this would be perfect.
Right.
If you buy the house, and we'll go over the details here in just a second, but if he buys that house and he decides, what, this isn't the area that I enjoy,
Right.
then, I want to be able to help him move somewhere else and kind of reduce that
stress.
cost.
Yeah, that cost.
Love it. So it's love it or list it free.
Yes.
So tell us how it works.
good.
Man. This,
Yeah, so
I mean, I
how
love
does
the
it work?
idea. Yes, that's thinking out of the box. That's what I'm kind of known for the thinking out of the box, but trying to keep everything kosher and cool and
Right.
everything. But at the same time, let's err on the side of what's best for the consumer.
Sure. And so what it is if you buy a home with us, and within 18 months of the actual close date of that home,
Okay.
you decide to list your house, then if you work with us, we will waive our listing part of that fee.
Wow.
And we still suggest that you offer a buyer's compensation, and we'll have that conversation.
That's a huge savings.
Yeah, it's a huge savings.
$10,000, $12,000, $15,000, $20,000 savings.
Yep. And so what we do is we help you buy another home.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll list it on our fee for free. If you'll use us to buy another home, and that could be a new construction townhome, doesn't matter.
Sure.
One that you love again.
One that you love, yeah. And then maybe you are not staying in the area.
Right.
Maybe you're moving to California, Florida, what have you. You would just agree that we be part of the process and help you find a qualified agent to help you out in purchasing on a home there.
Well, what a great idea. Isn't that great, Carey Ann?
Well, it just lessens that concern. But what if I moved here to this particular town? Like you
Right.
said, you're brand new to the area, and I don't know if this is the right town, so maybe I don't know to buy or rent. I love that. So now I have the flexibility of finding the house that I think I'm going to love, really figure out if I really love it or not within 18 months. If I don't,
Right.
and I need to realize the traffic area is not working out for me with
School's not working
school,
out or
et cetera,
whatever.
I can move within 18 months and it be covered.
Well, and school is a
The
big
list price
thing.
be covered.
It's a real
'cause
big thing because they keep rezoning
They
things,
keep
you know?
rezoning it every year.
Right.
And so, I've heard so many times that parents were aggravated, like, well, we moved here for this school, now we're not in it.
Oh, sure. Right.
So that would be another
Right.
opportunity
That's a
for us to help
huge
you.
factor out
And this all comes from what we were talking about earlier is how can you best help your clients?
Right.
And what can I do to help them in their situation in life?
Right.
And if this is something that's going to help them, I want to do that.
Hey, amen. Amen. Man, I really appreciate that attitude, man. I really do. That's going to bless a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now, if there's some listeners out there that are interested in this Love It or List It Free, how do they connect and learn more?
Absolutely. You can contact us directly.
Okay.
You can call me or my wife. My wife, Mindy Hoover, is 615-585-9946. Or you can find out all of our contact information on our website. It's thehooverteam.com. TheHooverTeam.
HooverTeam.com. That's easy enough.
Yep.
You'll have that posted on there.
Yeah, it's brand new, so we're in the process of getting it up.
Right.
Yep. So, but just reach out to us, and we can definitely walk you through.
Why would you buy a home without using that kind of a idea? I mean, that kind of a guarantee, basically, is
Right.
kind of a guarantee
Yeah.
that you don't like the house for any reason.
Any reason?
Wow. I love
Yep,
that.
Any reason?
I love that. And they could be moving out of the area.
Out of the area.
And all you're asking for is, if you're buying something on the other end, to have them let you find a connection at that other end.
Correct.
Wow. I think that's an awesome deal, dude. I love it. I love the thinking there. I love
that you're creating a solution for so many
to a fear,
folks,
to a challenge. Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to help a lot. When I moved here, I rented for a really long time because I didn't know if that was the area, and then bought and then realized that I had to go through 3 school districts, or not districts, but 3 schools to get to 65. So I was like, I don't think I like where I live anymore. So I would have been the perfect person for
But you
that.
don't know that till you live with it
Right.
for a while.
Well, and our heart obviously is in the business and helping clients make the right move.
Sure.
And that we, like I've said before, we are a zero pressure policy team. We don't pressure you at all. Whenever you decide to pick that you want this home, then that's when we get aggressive to help you get the deal. But that's because that's where our heart is. I mean, we're in the community. We have, my wife has her own nonprofit. At the end of the day, we want to help you love where you live. That matters.
Oh, yes.
That's
that.
where your memories are being made.
They are.
That is so cool. And you mentioned, since you mentioned the nonprofit, can we give Mindy a plug as well? Because honestly,
it's coming up.
That is such a great service.
Love the Dress tn.com. Love the address tn.com. So it's a nonprofit, literally don't make any money off of this. It is all profits go back into the dresses to help ladies that can't afford prom dresses, and they get to come pick out one for free. And it's a big event. We've gotten a lot of volunteers that help out. A lot of people donate dresses.
Cool. That is so cool.
And it's it happens once a year, and it's coming up, I believe, February, March, somewhere around that area.
Okay, good. I'm going to get my piles growing. I'm really excited.
Yep.
Because you can't wear sometimes the dress more than a couple times,
Right.
So it just sits.
Yeah.
It just sits in the closet, and I'd love to give it to another gal
That's so
who
cool,
can
Carey.
take advantage of that
so cool
for sure.
You can do that.
That's a good thing.
Thanks so much for being on the show with us.
Oh, thank you again.
I love you, man. I love hanging out with you.
I always learn so much. I do too.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
thank
going to
you.
check out, everything we talked about and go over that. It's just been a great session here.
Are you guys following Jason on Facebook by chance?
I follow
Like
Jason.
everybody who's listening should follow him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just because of the dad jokes he puts
I love
out there.
dad jokes.
Hilarious.
Should I do mom jokes? Do they even do mom jokes?
Maybe we can do a competition.
Oh my gosh! Mom jokes versus dad jokes. This will be good. We got something going on.
I love it.
Can we get on Shark Tank with that one? I don't know. Too funny. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you next Sunday. You've been listening to The Talk of Music City Real Estate.